We are much safer today than we were 5 years ago, and that's a fact. Today, as we stand, we're about six below from last year's number, which was a 33-year low. 1977 was the last time the city's seen a lower homicide rate. But, you know, homicide is just the first step. I mean, there are so many quality of life issues. There are property crimes, robberies, those types of things that we're really trying to get a handle on. Mm-hmm. But if we're going to encourage the growth of Baltimore and get people to move here and live here, got to get a handle on these.
How does the department view the roving bands of juveniles we have throughout the city? Everyone knows who they are and sees them. You see them everywhere, whether they're on dirt bikes, on bicycles, on foot, or whatever.
They can't chase breaks.
Large. Well, I don't even mean dirt bikes specifically, but there's a lot of young folks in the city that are just out with nothing to do. And you know, we all know where that leads. Let's keep it real. You don't have to be a psychologist to know what happens, especially when you have the mob mentality. We saw that video in front of the courthouse. I think a lot of that was egged on just by, just the crowd. It generates itself,
Jimmy, do you know what used to happen when I was a kid if I didn't get home when my mom and dad told me I had to be home?
Don't tell me you got a whooping.
I mean,
I don't believe it, but if he says so, hey.
I swear to you. I mean, we can't, some of these issues are not just police issues, right? I mean, we have to look as a society and we have to fix them. And I think these are some family issues that we have to deal with.
Yeah.
But we're going to do our part. Listen, we're going to hold people accountable. That's the bottom line. And when it comes to juveniles, we have a great partnership with the Department of Juvenile Services. We have a curfew center that we use regularly. We're going to do our part, but we also need others to step up and do theirs.
And that's one of the things that's lacking. Like he said, we all remember being on the porch when the lights come on. Does that even exist anymore?
Right.
Like you said, the police department, we're out here to do our part, but we're not in the job of raising other people's children.
Oh, yeah. Well, no, that's the thing. It's unfortunate, but truth be told, because, I don't have a cut card. I don't mince words. Baltimore has a lot of social issues. The police are just one component. It's, you're there, you're expected to respond. But by that time, it's kind of too late. If I have to call you to control my kid, I have other issues going on. Real quick, I was talking to my dad last night at his little hacienda down in Latin America. And he loves Westerns, So I hear all this crazy gunfire, and I thought he's watching another one of his crazy movies again. And it was like the silence on the phone. I said, hey, what are you watching? He says, watching? He said, I had to dive for cover, And I was like, wow, what's going on? He says, I don't know. Somebody opened a fire outside. And it's a very tragic story. One of his ranch hands got shot multiple times, got hit in the head and the chest, whatever. It was clearly a very targeted thing.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, it was crazy. I was on the phone hearing this, and he said, I'm going to check it out. I think, you're going to check it out? But, people think I'm crazy. They haven't met the judge yet,
Well, we like to thank the fine detectives coming in on Taxi Talk. Jeremy Silver.
Got to talk about BPD TV real quick.
I'd like to ask them a couple
BPD.
questions.
I thought you were going to say something. No, I thought you were going to race car something.
Since they don't have time.
Just
Are we go with BPD TV?
Yeah, that's the updates. No, you got to tell people about the updates.
So we're the first department in the country. We have something called BPD TV, and it's basically a daily broadcast on the internet, Monday through Friday, and we update everyone with crime. Okay. Other news in the police department, Monday through Friday. It's on our website, 1230, BaltimorePolice.org. But we put a lot more information out than just crime.
And to their credit, this BPD TV thing, there's been a few issues that they've had before, anyone else could put a package together. They're out there putting something like, wait a minute.
It's truly a way for us to also put out the real good information. Right now, as we're sitting here in this studio, 9 police districts, all fully staffed. Officers are going out risking their lives for people they don't even know.
And get your fellow officers to watch it too, though.
BaltimorePolice.org.
Yes, sir. So once again, on behalf of
talking to the mic. I guess
you gotta get us an FCC fine for that.
On behalf of Gerald Sears, Gerald Sears was unlawfully convicted on May the 4th, 2012 for first-degree murder. And some of the things that I wish to refer to while the police officers are here is that, as I made reference earlier to an officer not being a police commissioner, and I'm making reference here to the Maryland Declaration of Rights, the Constitution.
Is it an issue they can directly address, though?
Yes, sir.
Because if not, we'll have to table it.
This is Article 4, Section 41G on police commissioners. And it says here, there shall be a district commissioner in the number and within the qualifications and compensation prescribed by law, at the pleasure of the administrative judge and at the approval of the chief judge. Are y'all familiar with this particular?
That's what happens down at Central Book. That's what happens at Central Book.
So what my issue is, if I'm a police detective and I'm making an arrest for murder, can I obtain and put handcuffs on an individual, take him downtown, put him under investigation for a murder, which this is the form right here that says that Gerald Sears is on this investigation for homicide. And once the officer signed this, can this same officer act as a commissioner without being first approved as prescribed by law by the General Assembly here? Can he act as a police commissioner, keep the chief judge and the police administrator and the commissioner out of the process, ease the prisoner out of the lockup and let him go home without the judge knowing anything about it?
That could happen in this jurisdiction. I mean,
No.
No, thank you, sir. Thank you. And this is my point.
Well, no, we're gonna. They answered the question. We're gonna. You have a whole segment coming, but we have to let them go.
Yeah, I know, but Since they're on our time.
No, they gotta go though.
I know. But